Mcquestion. Today I'm going to be reviewing From a Distant Star by Mcquestion. So it's like a combination of McDonald's and questions. So you get Mcquestion. So like in the middle of class you can just be like, "Oh teacher, I have a Mcquestion." But anyways, this review is kind of biased because honestly I've been in a huge fantasy mood recently, and I'm ashamed to say it's because I just played a game of Dungeons and Dragons with my church group and it was really fun, and now I just want to read about kings and queens and snotty princesses and those awesome bad butt main characters. But I still enjoyed this book, even though it wasn't really fulfilling my fantasy wants at the moment. I'm pretty sure this is a sci-fi romance, but I don't really know genres. I'm really bad at this. Like, what's the difference between middle grade and fantasy and epic fantasy and low fantasy and high fantasy and medium fantasy? And is medium fantasy a thing? Why do I keep on going off topic? But anyways, this book is about Emma, a 17-year-old girl whose boyfriend is— my lighting just changed. And Emma's a 17-year-old girl whose boyfriend is suffering from cancer. And he's at that stage where everyone thinks that he's going to die, except for Emma. She has faith that he's going to survive through this cancer. But then when Lucas does make a miraculous comeback, Emma finds out that he's not the same boy as he was before. He's not acting the same, and suddenly a strange object is found in Lucas's yard. And so government officials come and try to take it. And so I can't give a lot of details about this book, but pretty much it's about Emma trying to save the boy she loves, and then a lot of alien stuff and all that fun jazz. I did end up liking this book, and I'd probably give it around a low 90 to high 80%. I liked Emma, but the reason why she was going through this entire adventure throughout this entire book was because she kept on saying, "Oh, love can conquer everything." And I don't know if I really believe that, because, I mean, I love Percy Jackson, but you don't see a real-life Percy Jackson just walking out of my bookcase, even though that would be really cool, but at the same time really creepy, I'm not gonna lie. But actually there was this one time where I used to write a fan fiction for Percy Jackson, and then one of my main characters' name was Ian, and he was blonde, and then when I went to church camp, and then I met this blonde boy named Ian, and he looked exactly like the character that I imagined him to be, and I was so freaked out. But anyways, back to the book. I just felt that it was a small reason for this whole entire adventure, and she was just clinging to nothing. I really did enjoy reading about the other main character because he was really cute and funny, and he was like dumb but at the same time more intelligent than anyone on this planet. And they both went through some major character development that I really appreciated, because at the beginning of the book, Emma, she relied on Lucas, her boyfriend, way too much in my opinion, because she kept on saying how she would let Lucas handle everything and that she would just do whatever he would want to do. And now that Lucas was kind of gone, she had to make all these decisions by herself, so that definitely made some major character development that I liked, and hopefully after this book ends she's still going to be like still strong and not like depending on Lucas as much as she was in the beginning. I don't think I can talk much about the romantic relationship in this book because this book is a romance, so that's pretty much almost kind of not really the entire plot, so if I go like into detail with it then that would spoil things. But when I say that it wasn't totally all completely romance, I mean there were other aspects. Like to me it wasn't mainly the romance that it was focusing on, but I can't really say how they weren't focusing on it, but I think it was about helping the main character find his way back home. But if it's not mainly about romance, but then it's kind of about someone finding their way back home, I don't think that's a genre, because it's not fantasy, and it's not adventure, and it's not someone finding their way back home genre. And I don't really know what book to compare this to, because it does include aliens, but I don't want to say that if you read Lux or Alienated that you would like immediately like this book, because I know a lot of people, the reason why they enjoyed Lux so much was because Damien or something like that, Black, and he's just like one of the main characters and everyone just, you know what I mean. But the main character in this one wasn't exactly like Damien, and the alien powers were different than the ones in Lux. I haven't read Alienated yet, but I think they would be different too. So I guess this would be a really downgraded and really cute-ish and quirky version of Aliens. The plot of this book did have a couple twists and turns that I wasn't expecting, but it didn't have me wondering, "Oh my gosh, what the heck is going to happen next? I need to like read until 7 a.m. to finish this book." I read it in about 2 days, so it was easy to read, but I think it did feel a lot longer than it was because the writing is really small and the words are really spaced together. But on the outside, the book looks really small to me. I was content with the ending, but I'm pretty sure this is a standalone book, and could it use a sequel? I guess it could, but honestly, would I make a sequel? Probably not. Would I read it? I guess. But the cover is very pretty, and I have it signed, and it's nice. So if you like quirky aliens, then totally pick this up. But anyways, I think that's the end of my spoiler-free review. So thanks so much for watching. Bye!
I don't keep on jumping from off topic, but anyways, about this book. This book is It's so hot in here! I want to cry! It's like fanning me.